The North Carolina Museum of Art, located in Raleigh, North Carolina on Blue Ridge Road, is a destination spot for art lovers of all ages.
In the 1950s, the state of North Carolina acquired a bunch of works of art. There was some different collections that people had, and it was given to the state of North Carolina to start its own collection.
The museum was opened in April 1956 on Morgan Street in downtown Raleigh. It was called The Miracle on Morgan Street and was the first art museum in the country to be established using state funds.
And ever since then, the collection has grown. We've kind of packed on other parts of land. NC State's vet school used to be right behind the museum. That's now part of the current Jim and Ann Goodnight Museum Park.
A new building was needed to properly house and care for works of art. In 1967, a new site for the museum was chosen. In 1983, the new building, now called the East Building, was opened.
We started off with paintings, went to sculptures, and just recently have also collected photographs and other sort of media art, videos and installation art. There are about 50 works of art, photographs from famous photographer Ansel Adams. He does mostly outdoor photographs, the Yosemite Valley. All of our African collection was in the West Building. It's being moved over here because there's a lot more space. The light levels are going to be easier to play with because a lot of these African pieces have either wood or old paint or a lot of fabric in them. They're fairly sensitive to light, so it helps to put them in this building, which it's a little bit darker, there's less windows, we can control how much light hits some of those pieces. We have a whole education department here, and their goal is to teach people about art. So field trips, for me, I have memories of coming here to the museum in first grade, and the banisters, I remember there's one painting with a dog who looks like he's attacking a swan. I have a memory of looking at that painting and just being awed, by the detail and the color and just the composition of it. So now that I work here and I walk past that painting every other day, it is kind of neat how my own life was directly influenced by the museum being engaged with some public schools. We do a lot of free events for the public. Most of our outdoors events, they have ticketed events where you can come watch a movie or you can watch a band. We as a museum are just always thankful to the people who want to endorse the museum, who want to pay for a membership or just give a generous donation because it's something that is too often taken for granted. They have cash boxes near some of the exits and entryway points. We as a museum would not be able to function without volunteers.
If you would like to donate or volunteer at the North Carolina Museum of Art, call 919-839-6262 or go online, www.ncrmuseum.org.
The Wake County Boys and Girls Club of Raleigh, North Carolina, located at 701 Raleigh Boulevard, is a great place for young people to come and receive the building blocks needed for a successful future.
Our mission statement here with the Boys and Girls Club are to serve those who need us the most, to be caring, responsible, and productive citizens. We want them to attack academic success, character and leadership, and we want them to attend regularly. And by attending regularly, that means we want them to come at least once a week, so 52 times a year.
The Wake County Boys and Girls Club is celebrating its 50th anniversary. The club began in 1967 with one facility and has grown to 7 clubs serving more than 5,000 members participating in after-school, Saturday, and summer programs.
Out of all 7 clubs, we average about 975 that come a day. The Wake County Boys and Girls Club, this is our 50th anniversary. So we have been since 1967. We started out on Lane Street, and then we now have grown to 7 locations in Wake County.
In preparation for the club's 50th year gala and celebration, the Boys and Girls Club held their annual Spring Carnival on April 22nd, complete with food, games, and activities.
Today we hosted our annual Spring Carnival,
Our spring carnival is done by volunteers from the Junior League here in Raleigh off of Hillsborough Street. They do this every year, and this is actually their 20th year doing it. Next thing is we invite all of our clubs to come out to this event. So we have actually 120 kids that actually attended today. You have Circus de Sol, you also have jump ropers from Greensboro, and then you also have circus people that were doing juggling, and you also had 8 stations for the kids to rotate around. I do enjoy my job here at the Boys and Girls Club because every day is different. But we do see that what we do works. So we do see a lot of our kids, as we say, graduate from high school. You have some that become professional athletes, you have some that become doctors, some that become teachers. So we know that the model that we're using works.
To volunteer your time or donate to the Wake County Boys and Girls Club, go to the website at www.wakebgc.org or call 919-834-6282.
Some of our best volunteers are those who we call alumni. So they're alumni with the Boys and Girls Club. And they come back and they either give monetary or they give their time to show that they appreciate the Boys and Girls Club.
The freshman class of St. Augustine's University and the Gordon Health Center partnered with the American Red Cross for their annual blood drive. Students and faculty were able to come donate blood and have their bone marrow tested and added to the registry.
Today is Health Awareness Day, especially for the African American community. We're lacking in the bone marrow register, donor register.
There are 8 what we call HLA markers that they match up. These markers are ethnically determined, which means that, Caucasians have their markers, African Americans have theirs, etc. Here's where it gets interesting. We are a heterogeneous population, meaning I don't know if there's anyone that can say they're pure African American or even pure Caucasian. So that means that that's even more challenging to match up those 8 different markers. So yes, there's absolutely a possibility that someone could be a match for someone who isn't in their ethnic group, but that would be rare.
African Americans are dying at an 8% rate because they don't know about the bone marrow registry. Because when they do this, it is easier for someone with the same race to match with someone else.
Certainly you would want to look to a sibling to be a donor if you needed this, but only about 25% chance of a match with a sibling. So most people are dependent on the registry for those matches. If there are not African American donors in the registry, African Americans are not going to get matched. It's ethnically centered, so that if we do not register and make ourselves known, we're going to die. And quite the opposite of that is by registering, we're doing something very powerful because we could save a life. Every single person here potentially could be saving someone's life by registering in that bone marrow registry.
On this day, the annual blood drive exceeded its goal.
We were looking for at least 35 pints. We have accomplished that goal. We're over it. We're still more people coming in.
St. Augustine's University is eager to find ways to connect with the community. Tim Stevenson, registered nurse, and Mary Holt of the Gordon Health Center host the Mary and Tim's Health Awareness Program with contributing partner Dr. Leroy S. Darks on WAUG 750 AM. The show is a way to close the gap between patient and physician, as well as raise community awareness about health issues.
And we're asking all the students to listen to our radio station because you are our advocates. You need to listen to Dr. Darks. Dr. Darks is a great physician, not only a great physician, he's an educator and an advocate. And he brings great presence to this campus and to the community. So we're asking you to please listen to our station.
We tend to ask questions from a patient standpoint a lot of times, and with Dr. Darks being the specialist, he can answer those questions that a regular patient would have during a visit to the physician's office. I would like to say that there is opportunities for you guys to donate blood. It doesn't have to be an event on campus. You can go to the Red Cross the website and find locations for your closest blood drive and still be a part of donating blood and being a donor. Yeah, and this is by far been our largest blood drive on campus, and we look forward to doing this again next year.